Welcome class to the start of Project 2 Data Visualization. This video will cover pages 306 through 315 in your textbook. So let's begin on page 306. You can read through the material, and you definitely want to read through the material, especially when it explains what you actually are coded. But on page 306, you want to do this command to get Matplotlib installed on your computer. So you're going to go ahead and use your terminal. So in Windows, we have our command prompt. And so when you see the $sign in the book, okay, that is just a signal for this prompt right here. So all you have to do is type into Python -m pip install --user matplotlib. Okay, now there's a command that follows it on page 306. So if you used Python 3 when you're opening up your Python prompt, okay, so in order to get your prompt right here, so if you type in Python 3 versus Python, then you're going to want to use the second command on page 306. Okay, from there you just go into your editor and you start coding your files. Okay, so right now I've gone through page 315, and the MPL squares Python file is page 306 on the top of page 307, and it is modified as you go through, so this is the final version of it. Okay, so you'll want to code it, and then you'll want to go ahead and test it. So the same thing that we've always done with our other Python files is just tools, build, or control B using your keyboard. Okay, so you'll get the results as you see in the book. Okay, as some of these come through, you'll be adding some color schemes to them. So you'll definitely see some color that you won't necessarily see in the book. But make sure that you're reading all of the paragraph information that is around the code. So for example, on page 307, it says, number 1, okay, this function, okay, can generate one or more plots in the same figure. So that's referring to the code line 1 at the top of the page, which is the fig a, ax equal plt dot subplots. So again, as you're going through, maybe you go ahead, and I didn't do this as I was doing it, but here you could put in a hashtag here, a start of a comment, and then just say subplots function generating one or more plots. Okay, so use what the author puts in here to go ahead and explain what you're actually coding, because then you're going to remember it better, and also when you come back and look at it, you will be able to understand the code better. Okay, so you just continue to read through. Again, you're modifying these two files, the MPL_squares and the scatter squares. If something doesn't work, try to work through the traceback error. It's really not that tricky of code to work through. You'll just want to watch the syntax of it. So in the spelling, like yesterday, I think I was typing LABLE instead of label. Okay, and of course it flagged me when I went to go ahead and run that. Okay, other than that, when you're all done, okay, so when you're through page 315, this is what scatter squares looks like. So I'll go ahead and run this. And what you'll do is you'll get these figures, and if you just minimize them, they will be down here on your taskbar. It looks like this, but I was playing around with some color coding as they specified through that. But here, let's go ahead and look back at MPL squares and run that. Okay, and so that's what that one looks like. Okay, and so the next video will then cover, the next video will cover pages 315 to 323, and I will be sending out a schedule for those that are going to be doing the data visualization project versus Project 1 Alien Invasion. If you run into any bumps, just please let me know. Thank you.